Hello, everyone. Yeah, welcome, brilliant minds. Today we begin not just another tutorial, but a new way of approaching your research. Whether you are writing an undergraduate project or a master's thesis or preparing for PhD level work. Now, this session is designed to simplify what many find intimidating and to empower you with tools that actually work. And that is why we have the SpeedWrite. Now, the SpeedWrite is the tool that actually works. Now, but first of all, let's start with something foundational. What is prompt? And why does it matter for your research? Now, a prompt is not just a question, it's an instruction, it's a command, a carefully crafted input that you give to a tool like ChatGPT. Now, I'm going to be making use of ChatGPT for this tutorial or this session. You could actually use these prompts for, any other AI tool that is not ChatGPT. But I won't be using any other AI tool, but I'll just be making use of ChatGPT for the sake of this tutorial. So a carefully crafted input, that you give, that is what the prompt is. It's a carefully crafted input that you give to these AI tools to guide it in generating useful, context-specific, and academically sound content. Yes, so the better your prompt, the better the quality of the output you receive. So in essence, a good prompt is the bridge between your ideas and a well-organized academic text. Now, many students fear research because they don't know where to begin. So they open a blank document and feel completely overwhelmed. But what if I told you there is a structured way to write your research, chapter by chapter, with the help of intelligent prompts? And that's why we start with chapter 1, which is the introduction. I'm going to start with chapter 1. You must understand that chapter 1 lays the foundation of your entire work. It includes your background to the study, problem statements, the research objectives, aims, the questions, the significance, the scope, and more. So if you get this chapter right, every other chapter flows more logically. And yet, it's the chapter most students fear. But here's the truth. With the right tools and guidance, you can write chapter 1 confidently, even in just a few focused days. Now, and that's where AI, particularly ChatGPT, becomes your academic assistant, not a ghostwriter, but a powerful brainstorming and structuring companion. I hope you got that. Now, these AI tools are not your ghostwriters. They are not your writers. They're not just writing for you. They are assisting you, get your organization right, get your structuring right, and get everything, properly well structured. Now, however, and listen carefully. Before you ever type your topic into ChatGPT or any other AI tool, there's one thing you must do first. I call that thing prime the AI. Prime the AI, PRIME. Prime the AI. Now, this means you teach the AI what you are working on, what level of study you are in, what discipline your research falls under, and the kind of output you expect, whether it's a scholarly paragraph, whether it's a bullet point outline, or a thematic synthesis. Without priming, you get generic results. With priming, you get gold. Now, so this prompt library is actually priming the AI. So these prompts are designed to support you prime these AI tools that you'll be using. So in this tutorial, I'll walk you through how to use prompts smartly and ethically. We'll begin by showing you how to structure chapter 1 using tailored prompts, using a SpeedWrite prompts. Yes, and how to engage with ChatGPT in a way that preserves your originality, enhances your clarity, and accelerates your writing process. So by the time you were done, you no longer fear the blank page, but again, you'd understand that research writing is not about struggling alone. It's about mastering the system. Mastering the system. So are you ready? All right, so let's begin. Now, this is the prompt library. We provided this. I think the first thing you should try to do is to go through the work, go through the prompts. Now you see these prompts are designed to support undergraduates, masters and PhD students across disciplines. And then you come down, chapter 1, introduction. Now you can see this is background to the study. And then we are saying here, construct a richly contextualized background for a research project on. Now you insert a topic, integrating global perspectives, African realities, historical undercurrents, and the current knowledge gap. Use an academic tone that gradually funnels from general to specific ending with a compelling rationale for the study. Now, this is the prompt library, and then we have a comprehensive guide to free and credible academic reference sources with prompts for reference and bibliography generation. Now, this is another. Now, we have put together sites where you can get articles, and also they can help reference your work. Now, this is Google Scholar, this is Core, this is PubMed, and this is Eric as Education Resource Information Center. We have the Semantic Scholar. We have them here. You can see them. Open Door. We have the Base. We have the African Journal AJOL. Now, prompts for reference and bibliography generation. Now you can see create upper 7th edition references from raw sources. Now you can see this is how you prompt the AI to generate the references for you. So convert the following list of publication details into fully formatted upper 7th edition references. Now you can see the author comes first, the title, the year, the journal, the volume, the issue, the pages, and then the DOI. Now when you put this, and the reason why you need to do that is to ensure researchers present consistent, standardized bibliographic entries for academic submission or publication. And what to expect: a clean, hanging, indented list. Like, look at it. This is what it has generated. You can see that. Now this is a comprehensive guide to free and credible academic reference sources. Now this is another AI detector shield for research writing. Now I'm actually showing you this so that you would know the importance of this document or this system. Now, selection of AI tools to support your research writing needs. Now, here is a detailed 4-part prompt. Now, here we have given you how to prime your AI. This is more like the prime. So, write a well-seasoned, idea-driven draft about inside your topic, avoiding generic summaries or common internet phrasing. Prioritize clarity over cleverness. Use specific claims or examples. Now, this is just what you use to prime. I'm going to be showing you as we proceed. Now, the first, you come to your Google and then you search for chat. GPT. Now you click on the option here. Okay, so it is very important that you know this. If you don't log in and you start using ChatGPT, you may lose your chats, you may lose your prompts, you may lose everything that you've been working on with ChatGPT. So it's important, it's imperative that you log in to ChatGPT. It's a very simple process. It doesn't take a lot of time. It's a very simple process. It will just require you to put in your email and then your password, and automatically it logs you in. So here is my ChatGPT. Now, to prime, and don't forget what I said earlier, the first thing you should try and do is prime the AI. Prime it. Now, this is what I would say. You are now my AI research writing assistant. I am a master's, whether undergraduate or PhD, but just you're going to, like I mentioned, you're going to you want to awaken its awareness to the fact that, okay, the person that will be making use of it is a postgraduate student, undergraduate student, a PhD student. So you just prime it and tell it what degree or what level of study. So I would just use a master's student. Master's student conducting academic research in the field of, so is it medicine, is it sciences, is it humanities, is it social science, whatsoever. You just or is it education, is it philosophy, is it biochemistry, is it the media studies, whatsoever field you represent, you just have to put it there. You understand? So let me put so You are now my research assistant, research writing assistant. I am a master's student conducting academic research in the field of, let me use education. Need I say again, whether you are a medical student, whether you are a science student, whatever field of study, you can just, put it there. So, yes, in the field of education, so stop. My research topic, is, now for the sake of this this tutorial, I'm going to be making use of what we already have. I think we had to get a topic to use as an example. Yeah, so we have digital literacy and academic performance among Nigerian undergraduates. Now I'm going to be changing that undergraduates to students, and then I'll paste it here. So I'll change this undergraduate so that it will meet all the fields and all the levels. Students. So read with me. You are now my AI research assistant, writing assistant. I am a master's student conducting academic research in the field of education. My research topic is digital literacy and academic performance among Nigerian students. Are you there? So I'm not done yet. So I'll add, I want you to assist me in planning and writing each chapter of my research. Are you there? Research project. Okay, come on. So starting from the introduction, well, that's the chapter 1. All the way to the conclusion and references. Good stuff. So you see this, and this is just me priming the AI, calling it consciousness to the fact that, okay, look, I am a master's student. I am conducting an academic research in the field of education, and then I have provided my research topic. Now I'm trying to prompt it to really understand what it's going to be doing. I want you to assist me in planning and writing each chapter of my research project, starting from the introduction, chapter 1, all the way to the conclusion and references. Now this is me priming the ChatGPT. Now you can still go further, to prime it, asking it to write in formal academic tone, using the standard British English. Now if that is the requirement, if that is what your institution requires, you can actually condition it. Now, another word for priming is conditioning it. So you must write in formal academic tone using the standard British English. You understand? So, and you can also go ahead and say, and strictly adhere, strictly adhere to scholarly writing. Maybe I'll just add, okay, strictly adhere to scholarly writing conventions here. Let me use conventions. Yes, so this is this. So I'm also going to say, as we proceed, I will give specific instructions and prompts for various sections. Okay, this is getting too long, so but we can actually leave it here. We can actually leave it here. So now you can take your time to read this and assimilate them. Yes, so this is this. I can ask as well, this is me preparing my AI tool, to follow succinctly and to follow my instructions and to follow what exactly I want. Now I can come here. Now don't forget, we provided this AI detector shield. I can come here and I'm going to I can still add this to my priming or my conditioning. I can add this. I can also add this. Now draft, I could remove the revise. I could remove this revise and just say now draft to sound like it was written by a thoughtful, critical, aware. But first of all, before we do that, let's just send this and see what it's going to give us. Let's send this and see what ChatGPT is going to say. Now, of course, it said, excellent, I'll be your dedicated research assistant. We'll move step by step, developing each chapter of your thesis in a structured way. Here's a typical layout for an education master's thesis based on your topic, digital literacy and academic performance among Nigerian students. You can see this. Of course, look at this standard thesis structure, chapter 1. It gives us everything. Now, of course, ChatGPT will give you the layouts, it will give you the format and all that. But if your institution have the format or the guideline, you can as well use that. You can, prime it, telling it that, okay, look, I'm going to upload a document that that reviews the format that you are going to follow. You understand? So you're going to prime it if you have an institutional or departmental format on how to go about your project from chapter 1 to chapter 2. But since I did not prime it, telling it that, okay, I have my own document to give it went ahead to provide this for me. So we have the background to the study, we have statement of the problem. Now you can see what it provided for me for chapter 2, which is the literature review, the conceptual clarifications, theoretical framework, empirical review, and summary of the literature, and identified gaps. This is actually a well standard academic structuring and format for even literature review, but some institutions may go further or could go further than just this four layouts that ChatGPT provided. Now, moving on, chapter 3, research methodology. You can see the research design, population of the study, sample and sampling technique, research instruments, validity. You can actually you can tell that this is actually accurate. This is much more accurate. Chapter 4, you can see the data presentation, analysis, and discussion. You can see chapter 5, we have the summary, conclusion, and recommendation. And then you can see the references, APA 7th, or your institution's required style, appendix, questionnaire, consent form, raw data, etc. And voila. See? So we're ready for chapter 1. We're ready to start with our chapter 1. You see, would you like me to draft the background to the study first, tailored into your topic in Nigerian context? Now, listen, some institutions do this. They would want you to provide introduction before background to the study. So it depends on how your institution flows. If your institution wants you to provide an introduction before you move to the background to the study, you can go ahead and prompt it, demanding that it gives you a structured introduction. Or if it's just background to the study, which forms up the whole introductory aspect of chapter 1. Beautiful. So we're going to come back to this curated prompts. You can see this here now. So sorry about that. Okay, so here we are. Now we're saying construct a thematically structured literature review on a set topic. Identify 3 or 5 dominant themes such as theoretical perspective, digital equity, student engagement, and performance metrics for each. Provide a synthesis of key findings and methodological approach. Use scholarly transitions to link themes, and conclude with a critical appraisal of what is missing in the literature. Now, this is something else. Okay, so we need to demonstrate how each of the chapter 1 prompts can be executed using yes, we've already started using the topic. Now for background to the study, we can see here, construct a richly contextualized background for the research project on the topic, integrating global perspective, African realities, historical undercurrents, and so on and so forth. Now you need to understand what is required for your background to the study. Now, these global perspectives, African realities, historical undercurrents, and could be for this research perspective or this research direction. But you must understand what is needed for your background to the study. Do you understand? So construct richly. Now you have done this already. Now why this priming prompts work? It defines your role. You are the researcher, and ChatGPT's role as the assistant. Do you understand? So this is more like defining it. Look, I am in charge. I am the researcher. I don't want you to act too smart or whatsoever. It sets the academic tone and also the language preference. Do you understand? So it establishes the topic and discipline so that the responses can be tailored. Okay, so it gives the model permission to ask clarifying questions, preventing vague or inaccurate responses. You understand? You can see down here, look at this place, look at where this mouse is, look at, for your attention, it said ChatGPT can make mistakes, check important info. So for those of you who like to copy and paste, whatever you just go type one small thing, and then I'm expecting ChatGPT to give you something very, large and very big, and then you just go copy and then paste. That is not you being a researcher. That is you being something else. So, but this priming and this conditioning, it gives this ChatGPT, the permission to ask clarifying questions, preventing vague or inaccurate responses, like I said earlier. So it prepares the AI to follow a chapter by chapter structure, avoiding scattered or unstructured outfits or outputs. Do you understand? Yes. So we want to draft background to the study. Now we've already given it a priming. Do you understand? So I perhaps may not copy this, I may not take this prompt. I may just come here and then I'm going to copy this. Now just watch me closely, watch what I'm going to do closely, watch closely. So I'll come here and I'll paste it. So don't forget, it has already asked me, would you like me to draft the background to the study first, tailored to your topic and the Nigerian context, or would you prefer a detailed outline of chapter 1 before we start filling each of the sessions? Now it has already provided a detailed outline for me, so I'm going to say draft the background to the study. Draft the background to the study. Draft the background to the study first. Then full stop. Now draft it to sound like it was written by a thoughtful, critical, aware researcher. Are you with me? Yeah, be with me, please. So now this is me trying to minimize the authenticity and the perfectness of ChatGPT. ChatGPT would claim, even though they are saying that it can make mistakes and all that, the places where it could make mistakes in references, and also it could just generate anything for you and give you like that. But when it comes to writing, I can tell you that ChatGPT is perfect when it comes to that aspect. Only that it tries as much as possible to get data from here and there, and then at the long run it just mixes it up, and then you see a little mistake somewhere. But it is perfect in a well-structured write-up. Now, so this is what I have prompted this AI tool to follow in providing my background to the study. So I'll send this. Now let us see the outcome. So here is a carefully drafted background to the study for your thesis. I've shaped it to read like a thoughtful researcher's voice, measured, critical, and attentive to context without lapsing into mechanical or AI polished prose. Okay, so background to the study. In recent decades, the notion of literacy has expanded beyond the traditional ability to read and write to encompass digital competencies, require blah blah blah. You can see this. Now, okay, maybe I'll just do something, and then we'll try and create a dichotomy between this prompt and just not priming it, not conditioning it, and not adding these things to, get this result. And let us see the difference between this and the other one. Okay, so you can see now, you can see the background to the study. This is what it has provided. In Nigeria, the rise of digital technology has been both rapid and uneven. Mobile phones have become ubiquitous, while access to reliable broadband, electricity, and institutional support remains patchy. Universities, particularly federal and state institutions, face the dual challenge, to provide digital. So you can see what it has provided. So let me just see if I could open another ChatGPT, and then let's see what. Okay, instead of going there, I could just now look at my chat here. You can see chats. These were the things I had done here. You can see, so I can always go back to it. That's because I logged in. You understand? So let me see new chat. Let us see. I'm not going to prime it. I'm not going to put this prompt. I'll just put my topic. And then let us see. Let us see the difference between, priming, conditioning, and this prompt. So let us see the result. Now, I just want to get this topic. Okay, so return back here. So I put it. Sometimes people will just ask ChatGPT, say, give me, this is my project topic. This is my project topic. Let me see you students and not undergraduates. Write for me. Okay, so I just want to see something. Write for me, and then okay, so you can see, got it. I'll draft something solid for you, since you just gave topic, performance, blah blah blah. I'll prepare chapter 1 style up introduction that you can expand or adapt. It will include background to the study, statement of a problem, objective, blah blah blah, and then here you go. It gives you something. Sincerely speaking, like I said, ChatGPT is perfect when it comes to writing. It gives you something. It gives you something. You can see what it has given us. You can see your project. Chapter 1 is set. Look at it. Even gives objectives to the study, 4 research questions, 4 significance to the study, scope to the study. Voila. You have chapter 1, and then you move on to chapter 2. And then what some persons would do, they just come copy and paste. Now, if you copy and paste this and they take it to Turnitin, they're going to detect the use of AI. But you see this that we've done here, it is well structured, well tailored. We have prompted it to not sound like an AI generated write-up. Let it sound like you can still remember this here, written by a thoughtful, critical, aware researcher. Vary sentence length. Let a few sentences carry subtle hedges, pauses, and qualifiers, blah blah blah, and so on. And then you can see. So if you read this and you read the other one, you definitely see the large difference. You will definitely see the large difference. You understand? So that is how to actually make use of this prompt, and then you keep going one after the other. But don't forget, this conditioning or this priming is just a one-time thing. You just prime it and then you continue with your work. You understand? So, but now when you copy this, at least it has started something for you. You're not just going to want to, even though you want to copy this, because I know some persons will be forced to copy it. I'm just going to give you something. Alright, so I have my background to the study, and then I come. This is what you should try and do. Now, in recent decades, I could try and look for a different word. I could try and look for something entirely different, to replace in recent decades. I could try and replace the notion of literacy. I could use something else, or say the postulation. I could, instead of using Notion, which was originally generated by Chat GPT, I could use something else. So it's just playing around with words, trying to, go through it, read it, understand what it has provided, see whether you can make changes at some, that kind of a thing. So you see, now in recent decades, the postulation, or I could even say the idea of literacy has expanded beyond the traditional ability to read and to write. I could also put to write, to read, and to write. You can see to read and to write, to read and to write, to encompass digital competencies required for participation in a world increasingly mediated by technology. The term digital literacy is now widely, I could change it to broadly. See that? Broadly used, though not always consistently defined. It usually refers to a blend of technical, cognitive. See, so it's just you going through it meticulously, line upon line, precept upon precept, understanding what and what you could just displace and replace with your own voice, with your own word. You understand? So it is your work. You are the writer. You are the writer. So it's something that you should, take ownership of. And don't forget, like we said, we try to establish that foundation that these AI tools are not your writers. They're not your ghost writers. They are your assistant. They are assisting you go about the structuring. You could see that it gave us a well-defined structuring. Look at it. So and we begin to go now. You're not lost anymore. You're not confused. You're not stuck. You have something to work with. So you can see it provided the background to the study, the statement of the problem, and as soon as you're done with background to the study, the next thing that you're going to establish, you're going to work on the statement. And we also have a created prompt here for. Now this is the problem statement. Now write a sharply focused reset problem statement for the study. You've already started working on it, so it's just for you to displace this, erase this, insert topic, and then replace it with your own topic, highlighting the intellectual tension, unresolved debates, empirical inconsistencies. And then when it provides it for you, it is now your responsibility, it is now your job to now refine it to suit your own voice, to suit your own expectations. You understand? So these tools are here to help. These tools are here to complement, they're here to assist, and they're not here to replace you as a researcher. They're here to make the work very easy. Before you know it, in no time you are done. So the next we're going to be putting together would be how to source for materials online, how to go about getting materials, a lot of materials, and how can you prompt ChatGPT to use those materials, because of course you can upload materials. Look at this, add photos and files. You can actually upload files, and then you can condition, you can prime ChatGPT to follow the files or the documents, material, resources, whatsoever, the journals, the articles you've provided. You can prime it to follow, you can prompt it to follow the documents that you've provided, to use in-text citations, in between the works, citing and referencing using the upper latest edition 7 to write. So in the next session, we're going to be doing that. But we want you to just understand the importance of priming, conditioning, and these prompts that we are provided. Yeah. So until next time, my very good friend, I would say stay sharp, stay brilliant, stay researching, stay studious, stay smart, stay cool. God bless you.